minute. We've got 30 seconds to go. We're going to read the first service, which begins on page 69 in the prayer book. And I apologise if you haven't got one of the poetry books. Absolute disaster. Too many people turned up tonight, so if you haven't got one, then one or two people to volunteer to go home and watch the telly, then I don't. Pardon? Just get me mic'd up. Well, just talk amongst yourself until you can hear me. I mean, I don't think that's... Can't hear me now, can you hear me? Is that better? I don't think it's even switched on. Is that any better? No, that's too loud. Isn't that too loud? It sounds like sort of Liverpool Street Station at the moment. I'll keep talking. No, have you got it better, anybody? How's that doing? Is that better? Okay, thank you. So, on page 69, and the first of blessing time, tonight we have family having blessings here, family having blessings there, and so it's a good way to start the new year, to start it with these happy times, as well as sad times for some people here, and I hope this service tonight gives you some warmth and comfort to be back amongst your congregational family and on this evening. And so, on page 69, would you please rise, and I invite the twins up to light the candles, and husbands as well, just to prove they're there, and come on up. Come and stand next to your beloved. Where's the thing? Oh, you have to. There's the taper. There's no taper. It's all right. Right. You can't get the staff anymore. Let's come over here and let's have the men together, and all four of us will say, you can say the blessing together on this special occasion. Ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shekidishanu b'mitzvotov v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Excellent. Janet and Judy, twins that have confused me and many others throughout the years, twin sisters. And I've been privileged to know you. I won't even count how many years, and I will not announce the birthday that you're celebrating tonight. But whatever you've calculated, you're wrong. The two of you, it's been my privilege to have known you all these years. And Janet, a loyal member and worker for this congregation for as long as I can remember. Isn't very far back now. And Judy, we've welcomed you here so many times to be with your sister, especially when there's been happy times to celebrate together, and it almost seems as though you're here so often. Love to have you. The two of you now blessed with a long life, blessed with health and happiness, blessed with jolly good husband. Yeah. Blessed with family who give you so much joy. The two of you are sincere Jews. You're ever willing to work within the Jewish community and beyond. You're much loved by a wide circle of friends, and some of them are here tonight. And may you be blessed for many years of health and contentment. Be ever active like your late mother. And that's many years to come. Ever seeking new excitement, new experiences, and enjoying many more blessings yourself and with your family. And in doing that, bringing blessing to others. And so, those ancient words we say on all special occasions, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chonek, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, Yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and guard you. May God turn towards you in favor and be good to you. May God turn towards you and give you, still after all of the years, every wish of your heart, and bring you much satisfaction in your lives with your family, and give you shalom, which as well as meaning peace, means completeness. Know your lives are complete in the circle of your family, your friends, and your Mazel tov.
Thank you.
I don't know who's going to kiss who here, but
Thank you
how about
very
kissing
much.
your husband or sister and all the rest of it? Anyway,
Thank
Mazel
you.
tov.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And it says please sit down, it says at the bottom of page 69, and let's read it together because what we've just done makes us happy. Let's read at the bottom of the page. Happy is the people by whom the Sabbath is sanctified. Happy are those who rejoice in its blessing, for it comes with a message of God's abiding love, as one who brings good tidings and publishes peace. Uneranana Adonai, Nari alatzu yisheinu nekadma vana batoda bismirot nari alo ki el gadol Adonai umelech hakol him asher biyado mechre haaretz v'tofot harim lo. ונשתחווה ונכרע נברכה לפני אדוני עושנו כי הוא אלוהינו ואנחנו עם מרעיתו וצאן ידו היום אם בקולו תשמעו. Sing a new song to the Eternal One. Sing to the Eternal One, praise God's name. Declare God's glory among the nations. For great is the Eternal One and greatly to be praised. For all of them are mere idols. Honor and majesty are in God's presence. Acclaim the Eternal One, all races and peoples. Worship the Eternal One in the beauty of holiness. Declare among the nations, God reigns, the world stands firm. Let the heavens be glad and the earth rejoice. Let the field exult and all that is in it. To rule the world with righteousness. Lechado diligrat kala, Shabbat nekabala, lechado diligrat kala, Shabbat nekabala, Shabbat nekabala, Yishmianu elam yuchad Adonai echad. Shemo echad l'shem u'tifer v'liti la lecha lechad likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat lecha v'nei lecha ki meko ha'matah ve'os mishmeret Nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machashavati la lecha lecha likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela itorori kiva ore komi ori shita beri kavod Adonai Alaik nigla lecha likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam b'simcha u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula boi kala Boi chala lecha likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. And we turn to page 92, and please rise. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Adonai HaMevorach. Leolam Vaed. Praise the one to whom our praise is due. Please sit down. And let's read together. We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and whose will sets the stars in their courses in the sky. You make day and night, rolling light away from darkness, and darkness from light. You make day pass and bring on the night, and separate day from night. You rule the hosts of heaven. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening. Olam et Yisrael Amecha Havta Torah u'mitzvot ukim u'mishtanim Otanu lemadata Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbeinu v'kumeinu naseach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod, Shem Kavod, Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha. ושילנתם לבניך ודיברת בה, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך וקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשכבך. למה תסרו, on an evening of birthday blessings, and there's only one to give now because there's no twins, but to see you here with your wife and your children on this occasion. You told me that you were not so keen to do anything like celebrating your birthday tonight, but your family persuaded you, quite rightly, because we have to celebrate and to mark all the special times in our lives, and to thank God and that we are here with our children, that we're here in good health, that we're here working hard together with your son, and you're in media, I believe, so it's just wonderful to be here. I hope that you find that in a way in this place, which, let's be honest, is not your regular home, and yet you've been a member for so many years, and this is where you deserve a blessing. And so we pray that you will have many years of health and happiness, of contentment, of active life, and enjoy the years with your family and with your friends. And so, again, I ask for God's blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha. Shalom. And I'm going to ask all of us for both of the birthday blessings to say another blessing together, Shechianu, in which we thank God for giving us life and being with us, and enabling us to see this and many other happy occasions. Let's say it together in celebration. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shechianu v'kiyamanu v'hikyanu l'zman hazeh. Amen. Mazel tov to you. Mazel tov to you. Thanks for coming. Mazel tov to you. Enjoy. Mazel tov to you, and if we close the hour. Yeah. And on page 95 again, all this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, eternal one, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly we accepted your rule, then full of joy we sang together. Mocha Balim Adonai, Mika Mocha Nedo Pakodesh Nora, Tehilo Dosefele, Adonai Imlo, Leolam Voed. And it has been said, the Eternal One has delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. We praise you, O God, Redeemer. And let's read together. Grant, eternal God, that we may lie down in peace, and let us rise up to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress. Keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guard our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace. We praise you, O God. May your sheltering peace descend on us, and all who dwell on earth. Please rise. Adonai, Safatai Tiftachu Fi Agid Tehilatecha. Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov. Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka. Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Agadol Agibor v'Hanura, El Elyon. Gomel Chasadim Tovim ve'Konei HaKol. וזולחי חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיים מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל. Chalker Chaim Chesed Mechayei Meitim Rachamim Rabim Somech Nofim V'Rafei Olim Rasurim Umekayem Umenoto L'Shenei Afa Micha Mocha Bal Gevorot Umiro Melach Melech Meimit Umechaye Uma Meach Yeshua V'ne'eman ata l'chayot meitim Baruch ata Adonai Mechaye Ameitim. You are holy, awesome is your name. We have no God but you. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. Please sit down. And together, we thank you, O God, for this Sabbath day, which calls us to a closer communion with you. Though you are near to us at all times, you reveal your presence most clearly when we direct our thoughts towards you in worship and meditation. In you, O God, our humanity is exalted. You are our life. From you come its greatness, its power, its beauty. Establish in us, we humbly pray, a devotion to you that shall be firm in all the circumstances of life. May this service renew in our hearts the sense of your presence and bring us peace. Reuvenei Israel et HaShabbat, lazot et HaShabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. Together, our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments. Make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness. Gladden us with your salvation. And purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Eternal One, may the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts. And may all Israel, who hallow your name, be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu ba'amacha Yisrael, u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel, u'tehila ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha, baruch ata Adonai, she'otecha levadecha, b'ira na'avo. We give thanks that you, Eternal One, are our God, as you are the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. We praise you, O God, source of goodness, to whom our thanks are due. Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tov b'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol eid u'b'chol sha'ah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, Osei HaShalom. We praise you, O God, the source of peace. I wonder how many people started the new year with a hangover, regretting not the errors of the whole year just gone, but in the last hours of the 31st of December. The thought came to me as I spent New Year's Eve on my own with a cup of hot chocolate in a hotel room in Dayton, Ohio. I'd gone to visit an old friend, Eric Friedland, who has had a series of medical problems in the last year. Some of you may recall that Eric was the consultant for our last two liberal prayer books, Siddur Lev Chadash and Machzor Ruach Hadashah. and that Eric visited Northwood a couple of times in the past, and until his illness, watched the services live on live streaming. Dayton is not the most interesting town in the world, but it was evidently once the home to a large brewing industry. But this was devastated by Prohibition almost a century ago. And still one of the paradoxes about America is you can't buy a can of beer unless you can prove you're over 21, but you can buy a gun at 14. And I noted in the local papers endless adverts for all manner of guns and ammunition. Not that we in the UK should be too sanguine, as the new year was marked by new stabbings, and I read that guns are ever more easy to obtain via adverts on the internet. And of course, if we didn't have formal prohibition, we did have a big temperance movement in Victorian times. It was founded and promoted largely by the free churches, the Methodists and the Quakers, campaigning vigorously for the closure of pubs and the cellaring of beer and spirits. I don't think the Jewish community joined in the campaign, as many of the pubs were owned by Jews, just as they had been in Poland in the 18th century onwards. It's curious to note that in 2018, that's last year, in the United Kingdom, more pubs closed than ever. And I read that in the last 5 years, 4,150 pubs had closed, but 258 coffee shops had opened. And it's predicted that by 2030, there will be more coffee bars than pubs. It should be welcomed, you might say. But I wonder if this new phenomenon, if these coffee bars, or they call that, it's a bit old-fashioned, isn't it? These coffee shops, I don't know, you know what I mean. I wonder if they will replicate the positive aspects of the local pub. Will they become a meeting place and a social hub? Will we see coffee bar quizzes or darts matches? Or will they just be a place to stare at a laptop screen in lonely isolation? Society does change year by year. No doubt 2019 will see the closure of more butcher shops as veganism is predicted to grow. And the new year will sadly see the closure of many other town centre shops and even large department stores. Will Amazon continue to rule the world? Or like Apple, will it also see its dominance decline? I doubt it. But changes occur as ever, only maybe at a faster rate. Reading, as I'm sure many of you did, the end-of-year predictions for this coming year, I found mostly gloom and doom. Brexit, of course, dominating. But other countries with their Soros, France, Hungary, Turkey, Israel, Venezuela, the list is long of everybody who seems to be having trouble at the moment. And nobody I met in America wished even to pronounce the word Trump. Depressing. And so let me end my first sermon of 2019 with two snippets of what I think are hope. Firstly, with a sad look back to the death of Amos Oz at the very end of last year. And while I was away, I came across a brilliant lecture he gave 2 years ago about what is holy in Judaism. Strange for a convinced atheist, and yet he's saying what is sacred in Judaism. There was much common sense in it, of course. But I do want to quote a paragraph as he attacked zealotry, fundamental extremism, coming from both the Jewish and Muslim and many other camps. And his antidote to it was humour. And I quote, he said, "I've never seen a fanatic with a sense of humour, especially a self-targeted sense of humour. This is a powerful immunity to fanaticism. If I could only condense the sense of humour into capsules and persuade entire populations to swallow my humour capsules, thus immuning them to fanaticism, I would qualify for the Nobel Prize, not in literature, but in medicine. A sacred curiosity, a sacred sense of humour, and may every one of us fight as much as we can against the internal fanatic inside each and every one of us. A sense of humour, it would go a long way, wouldn't it? My second thought comes out of my experience in Dayton. I visited Eric Friedland in a most superb care home, whose halls and every corridor were decked not with holly, but with high-class Christmas decorations, with half-sized Santa Claus dolls in every nook and cranny, and trees, natural, artificial, and artistic everywhere. And on all the residents' doors hung a large Christmas stocking with their name on it, except on Eric's door. A gift stocking, yes, with his name on, but this one was coloured blue and covered in Magen Davids. Eric has had a hard life. He was born profoundly deaf, and his mother abandoned by his father soon afterwards. His mother not letting him learn to lip read because she said it would bring him to mix only in the company of other deaf people. And the decision worked because Eric ended up as a university professor in Jewish studies. He's an expert on Jewish liturgy and thought. But sadly, in middle age, he also developed a mysterious muscle-wasting disease, and then this past year, a series of devastating medical issues that find him resorting to the care home. I saw a prominent notice in his room that said that his clothes should not be removed from the room as the family would take care of his laundry. I was puzzled as he had no close family. But I did know that his closest friends and supporters, as well as a Chabad rabbi, are a Muslim couple, both senior surgeons, who, as it turns out, were both at that moment back in Damascus visiting their parents for Christmas. But another Muslim woman that I'd not met before came in while I was there. She wore attractive modern dress and her hair covered by a stylish hat, just like a Haredi Jewish woman. And I discovered that she was the devoted person who came in regularly to take Eric's washing. And I learned that she and the other couple were Eric's real carers, finding him the best medical treatment, rescuing him from a substandard care home, and finding him in his present comfortable abode, ever dedicated to his welfare. Evidently, some years back, Eric had given a public lecture in a local synagogue on Maimonides, and a group of these middle-class Muslim intellectuals had turned up to hear him. And they fell in love with Maimonides and with Eric. The surgeon husband studying the Quran with Eric in Arabic and the Torah in Hebrew. But it was the mitzvah of care that they exemplified. I met Siham Shalash on New Year's Day in Dayton as she came to collect Eric's dirty washing and to tell him that she would call for him the next week to take him to his doctor's appointment. We hear so many headline stories about fundamentalists of one religion or philosophy hating and seeking the harm of others who are different religion and culture. We rarely hear of the many more good people who, with no expectation of reward or thanks, will show devoted love and care to someone else in need, no matter their background or beliefs. It says in the Midrash, I call heaven and earth as witness. Whether a person be a Gentile or a Jew, man or woman, solely according to their deeds does the Holy Spirit rest upon them. This was never more true than in the case of those who care for Eric Friedland in Dayton, Ohio. Good Christians, Jews, and Muslims. May they be blessed by the one God who blesses us all, for their deeds are holy indeed. And now we move to the concluding part of the service on page 520. Page 520. Please rise. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוסי בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגורלנו להמליך מלכותו. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ הוא יהיה תחתינו. And it has been said, the eternal God shall rule over all the earth. On that day the eternal God shall be one, and known to be one. וירא אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Creator of life, of the universe, you give us life, in which joys and sorrows are commingled in accordance with your wisdom. And you send death with its promise of eternal peace. Teach us to accept humbly and courageously whatever burden is laid upon us. Comfort those who mourn, and let the light of faith illumine the darkness of their sorrow with the hope of immortality. Strengthen us at all times with an unfailing trust in your providence. And on this Shabbat, on the occasion of their yahrzeits, we make mention of the names of Ada Blind, the mother of Renee Simmons, and Bernard Alfred Blind, the brother of Renee. Of Alan Cohen, the uncle of Rachel Ricasian. Doreen Julia Frace, the mother of Neil Frace. Esther Ryder, the mother of Rachel Andrews. Gladys Goldstein, my mother and Bernard's mother. Harry Crivan, the uncle of David Walton and Meanie Comnisberg. June Samuel, the mother of Anthony and Susan. Lillian Spegelstein, the grandmother of Sharon Goldstein and Phil Stone. Lionel Austin, the father of Philip Austin. Prudence Conradi, the sister of Richard Conradi and aunt of James Conradi. Samuel Leaf, father of Tony Leaf. Sarah Daniel, the wife of Joe Daniel and mother of Saul. Solly Cohen, the father of Raymond Cohen. Stanley Fryer, the father of Avril Whitty. Tilly Cohen, the mother of Annabel Cohen. Victor Matthias, the husband of Maury Matthias and father of Graham and Barry. And we, with sadness, announce the death of Neville Cooper, the husband of Linda, the father of Jonathan and Anthony, grandfather of Joseph and Eli. And again, I hope that this service tonight as we gather gives you some comfort. So many times you all were here with dear Neville, and we hope the thought of those many good times will give you comfort and strength to face the events on Sunday. And in memory of Neville and all those names we read out, let us say the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Bialma divra chirute viamlich malchute. B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imeru amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevarach le'olam olal mei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'av v'ytrumam v'yitnasei. V'ytada v'yitale v'yitalal shemei l'kudesha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Damiran v'alama v'imeru amen. Yehi shalom araba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimruma. Huya ase shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol b'nei Adam. Imeru amen. May great peace descend from heaven and abundant life be granted to us and all Israel. And let us say, Amen. Please sit down. And we're going to end on this first Shabbat in the new year with Bashana Haba'ah, which is on the back of this small booklet. But the booklet contains a number of poems to make us think as we start this new year. There's far more. We're not going to go all through the booklet, but you're very welcome to take it home and to peruse some of the readings. Some are by Jews, some are by Robert Burns, who I don't think was a Jew, although we always used to have a New Year's evening with Rabbi Burns night, and Rabbi Burns joined us, but that's the way it goes. But I'd like us, of course, Jews have, traditionally we have two New Years. We have one in Rosh Hashanah and one now, and actually the Midrash says, the Mishnah says that we have 4 New Years, because I suppose it's also, we always like to make new starts. And so if you look at the booklet on the first page at the New Year, it starts off most appropriately, but then it talks about the shofar blowing, which obviously takes us to Rosh Hashanah and not to this time. And on page 2, Nishmat, we will not read, but if you read it at home, it's a reminder that all that we do have and the blessings we have. But I'd like to take you first to page 5. It is the civil New Year, and therefore we'll read a poem by C.S. Lewis. I heard in Alison's Walk a bird sing clear, this year the summer will come true, this year. Winds will not strip the blossom from the apple trees this year, nor want of rain destroy the peas. This year time's nature will no more defeat you, nor all the promised moments in their passing cheat you. This time they will not lead you back, round and back to autumn, 1 year older by the well-worn track. This year, as all these flowers foretell, we shall escape the circle and undo the spell. Often deceived, yet open once again your heart. Quick, 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 the gates are drawn apart. And then a poem, this time by a Jew. Penina Moyes was born in 1797 in Charleston, Carolina. And she died and is buried there in 1880, aged 83. And I remember some of you, any of you on our American trip when we actually went to the grave of Penina Moyes, this famous, she wrote many poems in America, and she wrote over 150 hymns that got into the American Reform songbook. But let's read this poem. Maybe you try reading with me. Into the tomb of ages past, another year now been cast. Shall time unheeded take its flight, nor leave one ray of higher light, that on man's pilgrimage may shine, and lead his soul to spheres divine. Ah, which of us is self-reviewed can boast unfailing rectitude? Who can declare his wayward will more prone to righteousness, deed than ill? or in his retrospect of life, no traces find of passion strife. With firm resolve your bosom nerve the God of right alone to serve, speech, thought, and act to regulate by what his perfect laws dictate, nor from his holy precepts stray, by worldly idols lured away. Peace to the house of Israel, may joy within it ever dwell, may sorrow on the opening year, forgetting its custom tear, with smiles again fond kindred meet, with hopes revived to festal. But now on, another one from an American Jew, a bit more modern, each year.
Each year should be the best year we have yet lived. Each year we are more learned in the ways of life. Each year we are wiser than the year before. Each year our eyes know better the sights to seek. Each year our ears listen with a finer tuning. Every happening is a jewel, wrought about the fancy of time. All that we understand of the universe is the setting for each sight and sound of day. The child looks with gladness each year to be 1 year older. Should not this welcome pursue us all our years? The piling of the years is a richness like the piling of gold. Our years are coins with which we can purchase more wisely at the bazaars of each new season. Our love is more pliant and patient, having been taught by time. This new year is 1 year older than the last. The earth is more abounding in its growth. The creatures have moved another step in their unfolding. Humankind has left us 1 more year of art for our contemplation. History is 1 year more resonant with lessons. The sunrises are 1 year more familiar and promising. The sunsets are 1 year less fearful, and the peace of the night is 1 year closer.
And let's end this short collection on the back page with this song, Bashana Haba, and that we hope that this coming year will be a good year for us and for the world. Na haba neshev al me peset v'nitzbot siporim nodidot ילדים בחופשה ישחו ואופסת בין הבית לבין השדות או תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה או תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה ענבים אדומים יבשילו עד הערב ויושו צוננים לשולחן ורוחות רדומים יסיסו אל ביתונים ישנים וענן או תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה או תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה נפרוס כפות ידיים מול האור לניגב על לבן ענפה לבנה תפרוס באור כנפיים והשמש תזרח בכוחה. All together now. או תראה כמה טוב יהיה עוד זרוע בשנה הבאה. או תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. And let's hope we all have a good new year. Shabbat Shalom.
the large turnout